everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Barb Nangle. I am the community manager at Known Coworking and the host of the Connection Corner. Welcome to today's episode. Today we have three of the Knownnpreneurs from our current cohort who are all either in the food and or events business, and I'm really excited to introduce them to you in a few moments. But before I do that, I do want to tell you a little bit about Known in general. Known is a dynamic co-working community to connect entrepreneurs across their fields of expertise, endeavors, and experiences. We started as a co-working space in downtown New Haven and are still the only co-working space downtown, but we've expanded into being a multifaceted entrepreneur support organization, or ESO. As a reminder, Known Co-working has hourly, daily, and monthly plans for dedicated desks and office spaces, as well as regular co-working space and conference rooms and Zoom rooms available for rent. Anybody can rent them, but if you're a member, you get a 50% discounted rate on our meeting spaces and event spaces. If you'd like to know more about the space, send me an email. I'm at barb@knowncoworking.com. You can also check out our website, which is nhvknown.com, or follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Known Coworking, and you can DM us there. One of the ways we support entrepreneurs is through these virtual programs. We have this one, Connection Corner, and Digital Media Sync. You can catch free replays of all the episodes of all of our shows on our website under Event Known Live Events. DMS, Digital Media Sync, is your window to the digital world. It's hosted by Julia Gambale. She's the social media maven of Agents of Branding, and she's got over 50 episodes with all kinds of really super useful information on digital media. And then this show is a place for entrepreneurs, creators, thinkers, and innovators to share how they support the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Greater New Haven or profiling such entrepreneurs. If you or anyone you know would like to be on one of these shows, send me an email. Again, it's barb@knowncoworking.com. Our purpose in both the physical and virtual space is to make connections between people. We're here to help you get connected, inspired, and known. And speaking of known, I host virtual networking every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. You can find the link on our website under events. And I also host weekly in-person networking at Known every Friday from 3 to 5. It's geared towards entrepreneurs and professionals. We're at 139 Orange Street on the 4th floor. Please join me at either one of those events. Next Friday, the 10th, is actually going to be called Meet the Chamber networking event. So all of the staff from the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce will be joining us. So come on down for that. All of our all of our networking events on Fridays are set up like a happy hour. And then on January 7th, our networking event is going to be geared towards people in the arts and fashion, though of course anybody is welcome. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I am going to bring on first Chris Whitehead. Chris, welcome to the Connection Corner.
Hi, Barb. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And I see that Tracy is here, so I'm going to bring her on just for a minute so we can just introduce her. Hi, Tracy. Welcome to the Connection Corner. You're muted.
Hi,
There you go.
Barb. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm so glad to see you. I see that we also have Chris from Eat Up, but it doesn't look like he's on screen, so I'm not going to add him just yet. But Tracy, what I want to do is I'm going to take you and I off the air and have Chris talk for about 5 minutes about her business.
Okay.
And as I told her, I'm going to give you each 5 minutes. If you don't take up the whole 5 minutes, it's totally okay. I'll come on and probably ask questions. If you do take up the whole 5 minutes, then I'll save my questions for later. And then after you've each had a few minutes to go, then we'll come back as a group and just sort of chat about the Knownnpreneurs program. Does that sound? All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Tracy. All right, Chris, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away. So tell us about who you are, what you do, who you serve, your business, etc. And then if I have questions, I'll follow up.
Alrighty. I am Chris Whitehead. I am the CEO and founder of Trade Chic Event Management. I do high-end events for everyone. I don't discriminate. I do all types of events, golf tournaments, movie premieres, galas, baby showers, baby blessings. Those are two different things. Birthday parties. I do a host of events and fundraisers. I enjoy doing what I love to do, which is doing events. It is what my passion is, and that's the reason why I don't just do an event, I do an experience. I like for people to experience just what I do and the passion behind it. Um, One of the things that I enjoy the most is allowing the host to actually host and not have to worry about anything else, but just being fabulous. Because sometimes that's really, really hard, especially when you have an event of a larger magnitude and you have to run here, you have to run there, you have to do everything. You're not able to focus on what you really want to focus on and actually enjoy it. So that's what I'm there for as an event planner and an event manager. One of the other things that I am very much involved in is nonprofit, and that is the Black Table, and that is teaching um, African American and African American youth uh, the proper lifestyle of Black excellence. So that is something else that I am very excited to be a part of. And I love partnering with um, other entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs, in order to highlight their great assets as well. So that is Chris. And I also do expos. I am doing a it's called King's Cave, and it's for men. And it will be for men to highlight different things that they have in the surrounding communities that they may not know about. And then also I have a expo that's coming out. It's the Shades of Love, and it is a expo for it's a bridal expo, but it's a bridal experience, not just a regular expo. And we have the love language. Uh, Tracy does the love language where we come in and give couples an ultimate experience. It's not just your everyday run of the mill candlelight dinner, it's a full on out experience. So, those are some of the things that Tracy does offer uh, in a whole.
All right. Well, you said a whole bunch of things that I love, like love language. So you said the connection that you have between the Black Table and your events business. Is there a connection between those two, or those are just two things that you like to do?
Those are two things that I like to do, but they are connected because
Oh,
it's
okay.
teaching how to be an entrepreneur, how to run a business, how to manage a business, teaching the youth right now the things that they're not going to learn inside of school. They're going to
Hmm.
learn their basic
Hmm.
ABCs, one, two, threes. That's what I say. But how to actually live in life.
Hmm.
What your taxes are. Why are these things? Why are they taking taxes out? Why are they doing this? Well, oh, I have to buy my own paper towels. Oh, okay. I have to be an adult. Yes, at one point you will. So let's teach you how to adult properly.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't really taught about adulting until I figured it out on my own. So definitely it's helpful. And then I'm really curious about the love language event that you host, because when I remember reading that book and feeling like, oh my God, this answers so many questions for me, because here I am loving other people in the way that I like to be loved, and they may not feel loved because it's not in their language. So how are you translating that into an event?
So that experience all depends. It's person based. So if
Okay.
I ask a couple, if a partner comes to me and they say, "Listen, I want to do something for my partner, and my partner likes, this." Okay, you can tell me favorite colors, you can tell me favorite foods, you can tell me all kinds of things, but I'm going to go in depth with my questioning. And when I go in depth with my questioning, I'm going to find out more about that person. So, in
Hmm.
finding out more about that person, I know what I can offer. So, okay, so what I'm hearing is A, B, C, D, and E. Some people have a love language of gifts. Some people have their love language is touch. So if
That's
you're
my sweetheart. He's touch, I'm time.
see,
Not that I don't love touch. Don't get me wrong. I love some touch, but I need you to spend time with me.
right. So with touch, you add massage oils because they want to be touched. So it's the action. It's the
I think we might have to book one of these with you.
So it's very different. Everybody can add the element of, oh, I did candles and roses, and I did, chocolate covered strawberries, and all these are all the elements I can add to it. But there's also the element of the actual couple.
Love it.
Literally igniting into the love language.
I love it. So his and my birthdays are 8 days apart, so we try to do something the weekend in between in March. So I'll be calling you about that. He's not going to watch the show, so he doesn't know that. All right. Well, I'm gonna actually take you off and bring Tracy on, and then after she's done, Chris will come on, and then all four of us will come back together and we'll talk about KNOWNpreneurs. All right. Thank you so much, Chris.
No problem.
All right. Let me see if I can do this without. There we go. And here we go, Tracy. There you go, Tracy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Actually, let me take Chris's stuff off there. So, Tracy, why don't you take a few minutes to tell us about who you are and what you do and who you serve and why you love what you do and all that sort of thing. And if you don't take more than 5 minutes, then I'll come back and ask you some questions. And if you do, then we'll ask questions later.
Okay.
Take it away.
Well, guys, I am Tracy Joseph. I am the owner and visionary of Cakes for Delightful Baking. We are a concierge bakery where we bake, design, and deliver to you across Connecticut and some parts of New York. So what does concierge bakery mean? It's a term that is rarely used, but we specialize in personal and custom effects. So whether you have a dietary combination that you're looking for, but you also do want to incorporate your design, we sit down with you and we create your dream cake or your treats, and we keep your dietary needs in mind.
All right. Here I am talking and not in the stream there. So, all right, you got to tell us more. Like, I've seen some of the things that you make. I don't eat sweets myself because they're basically poison to me. But I did actually take one of your ice cream sundae cupcakes to my sweetheart, and he was like over the moon about it. So I've seen not just the beautiful presentations of these ultra delicious desserts that you make, but I've also seen on Instagram how you can, it looks like you scan a design and somehow put it onto like somebody's logo or something like that. Tell us about those things.
So I have many clients that come to me and they want to personalize their event, but in an edible way, right? So we have corporate events and corporate partners that have a function and they want to incorporate their logo, whether it's on a cake sickle, whether it's on a cake, what have you, or a treat. We find a way to bring in the elements of their event to the cake.
What's a cake sickle?
Cake sickles are like popsicles.
But
no,
not the little round ones. Okay.
No, they're actually popsicles, but made of cake. So
no kidding. Who knew?
So if you want to incorporate a nice red velvet or a strawberry vanilla cake with some frosting, we mold that together into a popsicle. We cover it with chocolate, so it's less frosting, and most individuals go for that because it's less sweet. And we design it for your event. So everything is customized. We do have some brides that says, that say to us, we don't know what we want, but this is what I'm thinking, or they have a vision board. And then I study that bride and her partner and say, this is what I'm seeing. And I kind of bring their thoughts to real life because most brides do not know how to articulate what they want.
Well, because they have so many decisions to make in such a usually relatively brief period of time. Yeah.
Yes. And that's where, I was listening to Chris' presentation, and that's where we come in as professionals and say, this is what we're hearing, and this is what we would like to see. However, do you agree? And then we put our professionalism on their dream and we make it come to life. And, 9 times out of 10, myself and my team, we actually exceed their expectations. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I imagine you do, just from looking at the stuff that you do. So when you said concierge, it seems to me that you probably don't have a storefront then, because you said you bring stuff on site to people. So people can't go into your shop and buy stuff.
no. So think about it being in a hotel. You don't
Okay.
go to the concierge service. They come to you, right?
Right.
You
Okay.
tell them what you want, you're telling them what you look for, and then they make it happen.
Okay.
And then they deliver it. So in the
Okay.
world of COVID, in a world of baked goods, concierge and delivery service is very important, but without the extra third-party fees such as Uber Eats and
Right. Okay.
DoorDash.
So these are just curiosities for me. I imagine other people have the same ones. So are your delivery fees built in, or are there specific, because you said you go to places in New York. I imagine it costs more. And then secondly, is there a minimum dollar order that they must order in order to make it worth your while to deliver it?
Yes. So the turnaround time is usually about 3 days. I have worked with clients and brides that ordered overnight wedding cakes. Yes. Weddings are never perfect, even though the outcomes are.
Yeah.
However, we do have a dollar minimum of $100
Oh, okay. That
to
makes
get
sense.
us going and delivering. We do offer corporate cakes and retirement cakes to the state of Connecticut union retirees, where at that point, of course, it's not the $100 minimum. However, it's bulk orders. So
Right.
we do sit down with our corporate partners and speak to them about their functions and what they would like the service to be
Okay.
provided.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I am gonna actually take you off air and bring the other Chris up from Eat Up. So thank you, and hold on because we'll be bringing you back in a few minutes after Chris, and then we'll all talk. All right. Hi, Chris. You're on mute. Make sure you unmute yourself there. I mean, yeah, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Hello there.
How you doing, Bob?
So good to see you.
Good to see you
So
too.
if you would take a few minutes to talk about your business, Eat Up, and what kind of food you make and who you serve and who your ideal clients are and what's special about Eat Up, and then I'll come back and join you in a couple minutes. And
Okay.
then we'll bring the other two ladies back on, and then the three of us will chat about knownpreneurs in general.
Okay. All right. So Eat Up was founded in 2019 of March 20th. Eat Up is dedicated to changing the narrative about self and community by providing an atmosphere of positivity and opportunity where customers can fill their bellies and their souls. Um, our um, our service and product is fast casual dining experiences, baby showers, family gatherings, housewarmings, business parties, weddings. We also graduations, barbecues, cookouts. We are a for-profit, nonprofit business. Also have a nonprofit Eat Up Foundation. We are very community-based, and we love what we do. I'm the co-owner. I'm Kristen, and my chef is Brian Burgett. Of course, he's not on this. It's just me. But yeah. So we do a whole lot. We just a catering business right now. Have a few contracts out there with different programs that we feed on a weekly basis. And also, we also have a contract with the Hilton Hotel Suites in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we do business out there as well. So yeah, we're growing, and franchise is our vision.
Wonderful. So you said a few things that appealed to me, and then there's a couple things that I do also know about you. So you do all different kinds of events, but
Yeah.
you said that you're also in North Carolina. So you're North Carolina and Connecticut
Yeah.
based?
Yes. So we just in June 18th, we signed a contract with the Hilton Hotel Home 2 Suites,
Sweet.
Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm like the general manager of the food operations out there, and my business partner is the executive chef out there at the hotel. So we do business out there as well. We building a team out there, and also here building a team out here in New Haven, Connecticut, because this is the home base. Is where we started.
Right. So
Yeah.
how is your executive chef in North Carolina and doing stuff for you in New Haven? He must be training people to work for
So
you.
yeah, we train people.
Gotcha.
If we need to go out there for a big event, we'll go out there. Or and if it's something small where it's just like a little small meeting and everything, we have a team out there that can operate everything.
Okay, wonderful. And then you mentioned the nonprofit organization. Tell me about that. What do you do? Who do you serve?
So we serve everyone from the kids to senior citizens to just regular people that's in our community that needs help with food and anything like that we can provide.
Mhm.
Going back to, we just did a give back for the kids to go back to school. We gave
Yeah,
away
I was
over
gonna say, I remember seeing that on online. Like, tell me about what was that campaign and like where do you get your funding? Like, does Eat Up the for-profit fund Eat Up the nonprofit, or how do you get your?
I didn't have a nonprofit at that time, at that
Oh,
moment. We literally came out of pocket for this. And the donations of the people too. There's a lot of people that within the community like to donate and help us.
mm-hmm,
So I want to give them recognition too as well.
mm-hmm,
But they definitely they a lot of people support us on what we do. And this give back was amazing. It was our first experience of giving back to the kids, for
mm-hmm,
to give back for them to go to school
mm-hmm.
after dealing with COVID-19. That was kind of rough.
Yeah,
Kids wasn't going to school. So we
mm-hmm,
wanted to kind of get them excited, give them some book bags, get them some
mm-hmm.
food and enjoy, have a nice good
Yeah,
time. And,
yeah.
it was a beautiful event. And then we just recently had a chili cook-off at the Omni Hotel. That was amazing. We had different businesses, different restaurants like Jazzy's Cabaret, fantastic foods. We had Bear Smokehouse, Sandra's Next Generation, Surf and Turf. Don't want to leave nobody out, man. And we had so many different other
Sure
vendors.
you will, but it's okay.
And the money was to be raised for Thanksgiving to be able to feed the people that's in need. A lot of
Mhm.
people lost their jobs during
Yeah,
COVID, and we wanted to make sure that we were frontline. And that's what
right,
EAT is all about, being frontline. We can't let no
right,
one starve. That's our
right,
goal.
right.
And we got so many other different things that we're working on. We fed over 200 to 300 people for Thanksgiving with that.
Nice.
So that was
That's
amazing. So
yeah.
yeah, we just adding the for profit and nonprofit. We just doing business. We not only taking money from our community, but we also giving it back to our community
Right.
by showing love too as well.
Fantastic. So talk about the kind of food you serve.
So we sell all different type of flavored wings. The specialty that everybody always get is the salted caramel. We are an Italian inspired.
Salted caramel wings?
Oh yeah, they're amazing. They're
I
amazing.
can imagine.
They're amazing. You will
I
love it.
can imagine.
Yes, yes. And then we got mac and
Mouth
cheese.
watering.
Oh, I know it is. Lobster mac and cheese, regular mac and cheese. We have regular potato salad. Cajun shrimp potato salad is one of our best sellers. Everyone loves our
Cajun shrimp potato salad.
yes, yes.
Sounds
So we do
delicious.
all different foods, Italian and soul food, so
Italian and soul food. I do. Okay, so now that I'm remembering because you catered the first cohort of Knowmpreneurs graduation event.
right.
Right, and that's how you kind of got into our circles, Sammy found you and all that sort of thing. And I remember people saying, "Ooh, soul food and Italian food. What is,
Yes,
that sounds
yes,
fantastic."
yes.
All right, well, I'm going to bring Chris and Tracy back. I see Tracy is not in her chair at the moment, but we're going to add her back so that when she gets back in the chair, she can join us.
I had
So,
Hey Barb, I had to put my full name Kristen because Chris, she feels
right,
that I don't,
we don't want you to get confused, we don't want people to confuse you,
right,
right?
right.
Yeah, I know that people have been like, are we talking boy Chris or girl Chris? Is that what you
Exactly.
guys have been saying too? Yeah, yeah, right, yeah. So let's talk for a few minutes about Knowmpreneurs. So I'd like to hear from each of you when you first heard about Knowmpreneurs and you decided to apply. What was it that made you decide to apply, and what were you hoping to get from being in the program?
I'll go first.
Okay.
First off, of course we catered the first cohort graduation, and just to see people, the graduation was amazing. That's number one, and I seen that it was a lot of networking going on. And that's in business, that's the first thing that you need to do is network. You're never going to get your business to that next level if you're not
Networking
networking.
queen right here.
So
Hmm.
that stuck out to me. I'm saying like, okay, we need to get involved with this. And Sammy was on me. She wasn't playing no game. She said,
No
Chris,
kidding.
you got to get in this Knowmpreneurs. And and we was excited about it. And she actually gave me the news that I was in the Knownnpreneurs when we did the give back for the kids. She hit me on Instagram and says, tell us all about it when you get into the Knownnpreneurs program. So I was like,
I
oh,
love it. I love it.
yes. So I
I
just
love
want
it.
to get more networking, and that's exactly what I did with Tracy and Chris.
Oh, good.
Tracy
Awesome.
actually did our cake for our gift for our Philly cook off.
Nice.
You see? You
Fantastic.
see what networking gets you, Bob?
Right, exactly. And I already know these two are working together too. So how about you, Chris? When you saw the application or heard about it, what made you decide to apply and what were you hoping to get?
What I was hoping to get was the nuggets, the gems, and the jewels of other entrepreneurs that have been established in the program. Because you can learn a lot from other people, what not to do, what to do, how to go about it. And even someone who has done something properly may not work for you, but you can realize, oh, I can divert this to use this, to utilize this, and make that
Mhm.
better. So, that was the biggest thing. When I found out that I was in Knownnpreneurs, I was like, yes! I did a post and everything. I was so
I
excited.
remember. I remember. Chris and I are both in the collaboration of Minority Women Professionals together, which is how I met her. And so I remember. And how about you, Tracy? What made you want to apply and what were you hoping to get?
I was referred to the Knownnpreneurs by BBA. So I'm already a part of BBA, and they were speaking about it in our group. And then I see the application come in because they cross marketed. And I said, wow, okay, more knowledge and more networking never help, never hurt, sorry, and always helps. So at that point, I said, let me see what it's about. And I was actually looking for like minded people. And that's
Mm,
exactly what I found, because the one thing about being an entrepreneur is not developing your own skills, right? It's finding people that have the same mentality in
mm.
order to grow.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love being around people. Like we are all as entrepreneurs, we're all interested in like getting better and growing and doing better and serving our clients
Yes.
more and all that sort of thing. So you mentioned the BBA for those people who are watching and don't know or watching the recording. BBA is the Black Business Alliance. And it's bba.org, correct? Is that their
Correct.
website?
Right.
Okay. All right. So now, we've heard what you were expecting to get when you decided to apply for the Knownnpreneurs program, which, by the way, I forgot to mention in case somebody's watching and they don't know, Knownnpreneurs Growth Lab is a BIPOC business training, mentoring, and support program. It's a 16-week long program. It's a cohort program. We are currently recruiting for our third cohort. The application deadline was last week, but we extended it, and that cohort will begin in January. It's funded by the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven and the New Haven Innovation Collaborative, so it is free to participate. So if you are a BIPOC entrepreneur, we're looking for people in the growth phase. So if you're just getting started, you should probably wait a while to apply until you've gotten some momentum with your business. But we're really looking to get people to the next level with their business. So that being said, tell me, what are some concrete either pieces of knowledge or skills or accomplishments you've made thus far in Knownnpreneurs? And so, Kristen, since you went first, why don't we have you go first again?
Chris loving that. Okay. Yes. Oh, so I got a few certifications. I got my DUNS number. That was something I had on my KPIs. It's something I wanted to get solidified. I have that. And I am building a lot more organization. That was one of my KPIs that I wanted to organize. Kmart had us doing some yoga and all this stuff. I just tapped into it this morning. I'm back on yoga, Chris. You know what I'm saying? so so I'm on point. Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. I love it. So we said a couple acronyms. DUNS number. I know what that is, but I don't know what it stands for. KPIs, key performance indicators, which are very similar to SMART goals in case people aren't wondering. But do you know like how to explain what a DUNS number is?
Um, well, it's almost something like I would say
Credit score, your business credit score.
yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, and how about you, Chris? What are some concrete either skills you've learned or accomplishments you've made already as a result of being a knownpreneur?
So as being a knownpreneur, I literally was taken to the next level by my mentor, because she gave me nuggets, and those nuggets exploded into something bigger. So where I was thinking maybe along a smaller scale, she was like, oh, well, you're doing this. Well, why don't you just do this? And I was like, oh. So
Right.
she took me to a different scale. And,
Right.
the networking part of it, as far as, meeting Tracy, meeting
Mhm.
Boy Chris. So,
I love it.
it was just, it was very enlightening, and working with people along the same skill set, so
Mhm.
if someone is just starting out, like you said, it's a little bit different. If someone
Mhm.
is more in the growth stage,
Mhm.
moving up and, moving on, it's
Mhm.
different. So you're kind of like on the same level. You may be on slightly different levels, but you're on the same level, so you guys can kind of relate to each other. And even bounce ideas off of each other, or you know um, even vent to each other.
Mhm.
If you get upset about something, it's like, dang nabbit, these clients,
Yeah, yeah.
and it. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then you can go to me and learn how to set boundaries in your business because I'm a boundaries coach. Chris T probably doesn't know that, but yeah, and I love how, you talked about the mentoring piece. So one thing I didn't mention was that each of the knownpreneurs during the 16 weeks gets a BIPOC mentor to work with, where they get to meet with them 2 hours per month. And in addition to that, I think it's 85% of the instructors are also BIPOC folks. So it's a very, BIPOC focused program created by and for BIPOC entrepreneurs. But one thing I loved when you talked about the mentoring is what you're doing with your seat at the table. Is that the name of the program? I forgot.
The black table.
The black table. Oh my goodness. Sorry. So what you're learning from your mentor, which is take that idea and blow it up. I'm sure you're going to be doing that with the kids. Like take this idea and blow it up.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love the whole concept of mentoring. We basically take people and bring them along behind us. All right, Tracy, how about you? What were some things or like either concrete skills you've learned or accomplishments that you've made thus far in Knownpreneurs?
I have really enjoyed my experience with the Knownpreneurs because it allowed me to take a step back and organize my creativity. I think that every entrepreneur has a creative side to them, and that's why we became entrepreneurs. And sometimes our beginning design is not really what we want for our business. So having that mentor there that has been there, done that
Mhm.
can relate to the concerns, the issues, and the frustrations that you're
Mhm.
going through in the beginning stage was very, very helpful.
Mhm.
Just to bounce ideas off, I have collaborated with both Chris's, boy Chris and girl Chris. And, even though we may have different clients, different niches, we have the same concerns. And when she or he develops a solution, it's good to hear them out because now you can make that solution your own or customize it for your own.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
having that group, having that support, the undergirding is great.
I love it. Love it. Love it. So another question for you. So I've mentioned a couple times this is a BIPOC program created by and for BIPOC entrepreneurs. What has that been like for you to be surrounded by other BIPOC entrepreneurs and be an environment catered specifically towards you? And anybody who wants to share what that's been
I,
like.
I think that's, I'm sorry, guys. It was just on the tip of my tongue. I think it was awesome because when you're growing into this entrepreneurship, it's almost like a dog eat dog world until
Mhm.
you find a group of people that says, I understand where you're at. I appreciate and respect where you're at.
Right.
I see you going better, and not in a competitive way, but in a supportive way,
Like uplifting.
uplifting.
Yes.
And that is awesome. And
Yeah.
finding, and I say it again, finding those type of people are rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially in a BIPOC community. And we found that.
Awesome.
So something, and I hope Chris doesn't mind me saying this. Something that I love is the fact that there are, for me, it is, as an African American female, I have a son, and my son actually has, aspirations to do something bigger. So I had a conversation with Boy Chris, and I said, I most definitely support you because you are now a role model to my son. So my son knows that if you can do it, that he can do it. Of course, it's, mommy can do it. Mommy does that. So it's not as big. But when he sees somebody else doing it, that's a man. That's an African American man, and that's what he's doing. That means I can do it too. So I most definitely support that. And I like to have him see that because it's encouraging. And at this age right now, you don't want to just wait until, they get older and, they're just out there and it's like, oh yeah, you want it now because that's the seed that's growing inside. So you want to nurture that seed. So you put in the soil and you put in the water, you give them the sunlight, and you're doing everything. So that seed is planted, it's set. And people like Boycrest, people like Eugene, well, she's not here, but their mentors, Jesse, they're all males that are in business, and those are those seeds that are getting planted to help him and other little boys do well.
Yeah. Awesome.
And
Chris?
you see why I love this program?
Yeah.
The uplifting, you know what I'm saying? They both my psychiatrists, Tracy and Chris Whitehead. You know what I'm saying? They both my psychiatrists, if you didn't know.
I love it.
But it's just, I like the fact that they can uplift me, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing business, it's not a lot of people that really come in and say you're doing a good job, you're doing a great job, you know what I'm saying? So when you can get other people that's doing business and they understand the struggles of business and everything, we all get to the point where it's like, man, I want to give up. But we got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be a time where Tracy may be feeling down. I may say, Tracy, nah, we ain't doing that.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She want to take my name, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Here first.
I love it.
Where's the uplifter, Bob? So that's
Absolutely.
what it's about,
I love it. Yeah, that sounds like the main theme, upliftment. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the Collaboration of Minority Women Professionals, because I want to be with like-minded people who are trying to move forward, and we're not stopping, and we're just going to keep going, and we're uplifting each other, and we're trying to build community with each other. And it's also super fun, by the way.
Right. Yes.
All right. So just to wrap up, I want to give each of you just a minute or two to say anything else that you either didn't get an opportunity to say or to reiterate something you already did say. So let's start with you, Tracy. Any last words you want to share with us?
I think we are the example of his success, her success is my success. We all benefit from each other, uplifting each other. And that is where the power lies.
I love it. All right. Chris Whitehead.
Make sure that you utilize your melanated ecosystem.
I love it. And Kristen, last
Meditate,
word.
do your yoga. And
shout out to Tamar.
And follow me, eat_up_CT on Instagram. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to take each of you off the air for a moment, but if you would stick around for a minute while I sign off, I'll reconnect with you in just a minute. Okay. Thank you again so much to each of you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. All right, thank you everybody for joining us today on the Connection Corner. We're going to be airing again next Tuesday at noon. And we will have 3 knownpreneurs who are all in the professional services business. So join us then. And don't forget that we have in-person networking every Friday at Known from 3 to 5. It's a happy hour style networking, and we're at 139 Orange Street. On Friday, December 10th, it will be called Meet the Chamber Networking. So all the folks from the staff of the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce will be there. And then on January 7th, our theme for networking will be arts and fashion. Take care. Bye now.